Carolyn Nichols, certified holistic nutritionist here at the Energy Shack to give you truths that you need to know today about asthma. This is not just a disease that many young people are suffering with, but many people take it from the youth right into their adulthood. In fact, some people, as they get into their adulthood, discover that they have it for the first time, and it plagues a lot of people. What's worse is that many people have to live off puffers, which are steroids that they're putting into their body regularly. You may know somebody who's suffering with asthma. You may be one person yourself, and maybe you don't take your steroids all that often or your puffers, but once in a while you do need it. I want to tell you something, that this is not a disease you need to live with. It is something that can be helped in a great way. So there are a few things with asthma that you need to know. Number one, it is generally, without getting deep down into science, it's an inflammation issue. So understanding that in your respiratory system, your lungs, blood runs through that area, picking up the oxygen, leaving the carbon dioxide so we can breathe it out. The blood passes through all of those little veins, with the veins and the arteries going right through. It's very, very important that we have a healthy blood system. If you're eating foods that are inflammatory causing, this is one of the main reasons that asthma, although it can be a genetic disposition, what are we doing that is feeding this genetic disposition? So a lot of the inflammatory foods, a couple things that I've noticed that create a lot of asthma attacks in people are two main food categories. One of them is dairy products. The other one is wheat products. Those two create so much inflammation in the system. So if you or a child or an adult or anybody you know has asthma, they should stay away from dairy products like the plague. And many people say, what are you talking about? I'm not drinking 2% milk or 1% milk or cow's milk. In fact, I'm having almond milk. But do you ever have yogurt? Do you ever have cheese? Do you ever have ice cream? Do you ever have anything, cream or even in your coffee? Even a little bit of dairy products will be an issue for those suffering with asthma. Wheat products are in so many things. It's in our bread, it's in our crackers, it's in our cereal, it's in our pasta. So you will want to pull away from wheat and eat more gluten-free products, or just have, your rice instead, or your millet instead, or your quinoa instead, and just drop the wheat in your diet. Of course, there are a lot of other inflammatory causing foods, like your meat, like your sugar, like your tomatoes, like your red peppers and green peppers. There's a lot of inflammatory foods, but those two are the main ones. Another big thing for those who suffer with asthma is cold foods. Cold foods are a recipe for disaster for those who suffer with asthma, because what you do is you shock your bronchial tubes into creating all these spasms, which can create that asthma attack. So you'll want to stay clear of any cold desserts, of very cold water, smoothies. I get it, we sell them here, but they're actually not good for respiration. So warm them in your mouth before you swallow. But any kind of cold foods are really a problem for those who suffer with asthma. So you want to make sure you're drinking lots of water, having lots of fresh food in your diet so that you're getting a really good clean bloodstream. Make sure you get outside, and if it's cold, you have like a warm scarf around you so that the air passes through there, warms a little before it goes into the lungs. Now, if you or someone you know is suffering with an asthma attack, there is something you can do, a natural remedy that almost immediately stops the attack. It is incredible. It is found in almost everybody's cupboard. You would not believe how effective that simple natural remedy can be. And before I give it to you, I just want to remind you that if you or someone you know is suffering with asthma or any other health issue, please get in touch with me. I do free consultations, and I would be so happy to do an assessment on your health and tell you some of the other things you could do. But are you ready? Someone's suffering with an asthma attack. You have the remedy right in your cupboard. Here it is.